That was an avoidable hinder, and all the referee called was a block ball. It was actually an avoidable hinder. He moved his foot right into the path of the ball. Cross-court attempt by Spattaro and clears the sideline by a half inch. Nice lift shot by Joe, followed up by a dump shot right in front of himself. Joe is all smiles, kisses his bicep, and that can only mean trouble. And there's trouble. He hit the next shot out. Okay. He must learn to concentrate. Once his mind wanders, heaven knows what's going to happen. So after he kissed his bicep, he hit the first one out, and then he missed the next kill shot. There's a little question as to whether the ball was good or not. Everybody thinks it was good. Eddie's getting a little frustrated here because he thinks the referee may start calling avoidable hinders on him. Louie holding up pretty well so far. But heaven help them if they run into trouble. This time, Spattaro lowers the ball, and Joe runs in and re-kills. Attempted drop shot with Joe's left. He paid the price. Spattaro rolled it out. Joe is still the dominant factor here. He powdered that ball so hard that Spattaro just met it with his hand and it caused it to go out. He couldn't control it. Spattaro missing a kill shot. Joe with an overhand drop, and he misses it. Why he does that, I don't know. Score is 4-5. It's careless errors like that that count later on in the score. Lift shot, caught the long line. Eddie tried to get it back, fell short. Score only 4-5. Joe tried to drive the ball at Spattaro, and Spattaro just dropped it in front of himself. Now it's 5 up. Unbelievable play. Everybody made great gets. And Frangione, with the presence of mind, dropped it in the right corner. Joe overreacting now. I'm telling you this. If they miss a couple of points in a string, they can blow this game wide open. Joe, I think, is tending to get tired now. The old firepower won't be there. It'll only be tremendous concentration on his part to keep this game from becoming unglued. Nice play. The best volley of the whole game. Everybody played superb handball on that one. That was terrific. What Richie didn't see, he had Louie out of position on the floor on the left side. Richie's shot was in the left corner. He opted for the right corner, and guess who was there? Joe Durso. Unbelievable get by Louie. Off balance, falling backwards, the ball hit right at him. He put his hand out in front of him and it flipped in for a kill. But when Louie sees a shot like that, he usually goes nuts on the next two shots. There's long number one. Once he's exhilarated, he can't concentrate. Another missed shot by Joe. He must concentrate and make his shots with the best of control. There was a shot that hit the right line. He almost lost the serve. Volley is getting hot and heavy now. Joe's telling Louie to get out of his way. Louie's arguing back. He shouldn't argue. He should just be quiet. Louie is now on the right line. Frangione with a block. Louie never knew what hit him, never saw the ball, and he missed. The score is now 8-6. I don't like the way this game is going. Frangione, Spattaro, the best money players around, always cool. The score is now 9-6. Louie had a shot. Frangione stuck his elbow up. It's hit with the ball, and guess what? Spattaro has the serve again. Every time you try and blast Frangione, he drops him right in front of himself. Got the quickest hands in there. Good move by Joe. Got away with it. One down. 10-6. This is the moment that Frangione has been waiting for. Let up in the firepower of Durso and Louie. Then he starts making his moves. You can see how the game is changing complexion here. Joe is not the dominant factor anymore. He's barely staying in the volleys. This is what they're waiting for. Great cross-court shot by Spattaro. I think instead of just trying to get the ball back, he tried to go for a spectacular shot. He probably just should have tried to get the ball back. Score 6-10, Louie serving. I don't like the way this game is going. The complexion is changing. Very subtly, the complexion is changing. If Joe doesn't put it all together and keep firing, this team will be in trouble. My own judgment is Durso is going to start getting arm weary. Louie is going to start getting confused. Spattaro and Frangione are here to win. They must win this game. The tide is changing in Spattaro and Frangione's direction, despite that pass by Louie. Score 7-10. Joe asks Louie if he's all right. Nice play. Great play by Joe. It's all up to Joe now. He must concentrate. He must keep that ball in play. But whether or not his arm can hold up remains to be seen. Louie nods assent that he's still all right. Joe puts a low serve there. Joe is now on the right side. Louie blasts where he's supposed to. See, that time he didn't try and jam Frangione. He just drove the ball a little out of his reach, caught Frangione unawares. Frangione is now using his computer mind to reassess the situation. Louie walks off the court, says he wants to try his hands. Joe did the right thing, called Louie back. Every time Louie goes into the locker, he doesn't play well when he comes back. Lift shot by Joe. Spattaro failed to tell Frangione that he was going to play it. Frangione thought he had to play the ball himself. Made a upward move with his arm and couldn't get it back. Louie called the block, got away with it.
Don't say yes. Call the block. Don't say yes. Don't agree with the guy playing. You call the block. Yes.
Breaking the action. Pass is shown that when Frangione and Spattaro go into the locker room, they come out the better players. Louie now doesn't go into the locker room. He's wandering around the court. Joe is still on the court, drinking his Polish water. Louie is starting to gesticulate. Joe tells him he's playing very well. He's got to keep Louie under control. Here comes Spattaro, followed by Spattaro following Frangione. Frangione is the general. Spattaro is the corporal. Score, after all is said and done, is 10 up. This is where the nitty-gritty is. Overswung on that one. Shaking his head. He's trying to figure something out. Joe gives a tennis swing to the left and rolls out the return. Joe serves the ball for Frangione. Frangione rolls it out. Joe makes a move like he's going to hit the ball, lets it go, and the ball hits Frangione. Louie smiling, which is never a good sign. Joe claims he got the ball on one. Referee says he got it on two. Spattaro rolled it out anyway. A couple of expletives, which Frangione eats up. Good hands by Frangione. Unbelievable. Frangione went into the stage, hit the chair to get that ball back. What a return. With all that, it's only 12-11. Louie goes for a shot, which he's not supposed to do, and he gives up the first serve already. 1-on-1. One full, 12-11. Richie boxes out Joe Durso. The result is a ball outside the court. Over the long line, an overreaction. Richie says to Eddie, let's go. This is the time where they make their move. Eddie Frangione with his hands on his hips for 3 shots. Richie doing all the work, and the point is there. Good move by Joe. He boxed Richie out, but he was able to get his hand on it. Block ball. Excellent volley. Winner of the volley, Frangione Spattaro. Louie wants to protest something. Joe says, don't do anything. Now there's a little upset here. Louie is confused, Joe is confused, and this may break it open. Spattaro and Frangione don't get confused. This is the biggest break that Frangione and Richie can get. This is exactly what Frangione wanted. Outside. Again, an overswing by Joe. Score now 15-12. Beautiful lift shot by Frangione, controlling the whole play. 2 drop shots to the left, 1 lift shot. The score 16-12, first man. Louie's going to start getting tense now. Unfortunately, Frangione missed a shot. It doesn't mean anything because he's serving. There you go again. The trend is there. The game is turning around. Score 17-12. Just remember back to that argument that blew the game open to this point. Unfortunately, Frangione missed that shot. Had he made that, they would have been in the driver's seat. Now they have to hold Louie. Louie looks tense. A beautiful return by Spattaro and a missed kill shot by Joe. 1 away. Joe adjusts his glove, takes it off. I don't think he should have done that. At this critical stage, you don't change equipment. Louie looks tentative. Louie looks tense. They should play the ball more to Louie because he'll tend to tighten up and miss. 13-17. You know, Frangione and Spattaro do this with mirrors. They actually do it with mirrors. Looks like they're not doing anything, and the next thing you know, they're ahead by 4 points. And it all stems from that upset and argument. Louie looks even grimmer now. Joe is not smiling anymore. Joe looks a little tired. Score 13-17. Outside by Joe. He never should have taken that glove off. Another timeout. Every time Frangione and Spattaro go into the locker room, they come out like a new team. They seem to have something that the other team just doesn't have. Unbelievable. Instead of Joe and Louie being together here cheering each other on, they're separated by the whole length of the court. Joe gives a negative instruction to Louie. You can't miss now. He said, he should have said, come on, let's play ball. He said, you can't miss. A little gem in Louie's mind like that will have the opposite effect. He's going to start thinking about not missing. He's going to get conservative in his play, and then he's going to wind up overswinging. But who knows? The question now is, can the poise of Spattaro Frangione keep the 17-13 lead, or will the explosive play of Joe Durso be able to overcome Louie's tentativeness at this time? Joey looks calm, but Louie looks nervous. And Richie's serve found Louie anyway. Look at Joe drifting over to the right. I don't think Richie would even think about putting a ball up the left all of a sudden. He won't chance it. Good call by the referee. Joe hit an explosive kill shot. Hit it so hard it looked like Richie might have gotten it back, but he didn't. Frangione missed the big shot right there. Had Joe completely boxed out. The score is now 16-17, first man. Long ball call by the referee. There's been some confusion here with him. At least 4 shots have been questioned by the fans. Joe misses an easy one. Frangione whispers something to Spattaro, something like, I think we got him now. Spattaro momentarily fell asleep there. Frangione shouldn't have said get it as Spattaro was in motion. Might have upset him. He wound up missing the shot. Score, correction from before, it's now 14-17. They put a few pressure shots on Louie right now, and he folds. The rest will be history. Richie goes for a kill shot, unbelievable, in the left corner, which he never does. He never does that. Joe a little nervous there, toying with the ball. Late call by the referee, but it was over. Finally called it over. Score is now 15-17. Drop shot by Joe. It's all up to Joe here. Can he string them together, or will he be stopped? Important call. Frangione just moved a couple of hairs, and it was a block. A very alert call by the referee. In last week's match, 2 weeks ago with the Benji Louie, the same thing happened and not a block was called. This time it was a key play. Frangione, Spattaro wander off to the locker room. Now Joe and Louie are talking with each other. We're back down to the nitty-gritty. The big question is, can they hold? Can Frangione, Spattaro hold? If you look at history, you find out that Spattaro, Frangione always come up with the big shot at the right time. Will they be able to do it this time? That's the question. Will Joe be able to dominate a little bit more? Louie was put under tremendous pressure there on a few shots. Both Spattaro and Frangione went for the shot, happened to miss it. Had they put those shots in, you'd be seeing a different ball game right now. Players are coming back into position. Score 16-17. This is where the money's on the line. Can they do it? That's the question. Frangione actually put himself in good position here after that argument. Are we going to have another argument? I don't know. Joe gets up and hits the ball out. 2 serves for Frangione Spattaro at 17-16. Shot by Frangione. Joe overswings, probably still thinking about hitting the serve out. And now it's 18-16. Great shot by Joe. See, when Frangione goes down like that, it's usually with the idea of taking the other player's mind off the ball. Joe was very alert there. Paid no attention to Frangione's movement down and popped it into the right corner. Key play by Spattaro. A key play. He wasn't supposed to go for that. 16-18. Had he driven the ball up the center, they'd still be in contention here. Excellent cross-court shot by Spattaro, right on the button. He got away with his life. pressure mounts, 16-18. Excellent serve by Joe, popped it to the long line, and then popped the kill in. Joe is smiling. Looks like he forgot hitting that other serve out. Louie is smiling, which is a big mistake. There's nothing to smile about. Frangione still thinking, still concentrating. Excellent return to serve by Spattaro. Joe overreacts, overswings. 18-17. Spattaro almost found the corner. Even though Louie's on the right line, Spattaro still found his instep. Makes Joe lean all the way over. Joe just brings it back. Joe's all the way over again. Excellent shot by Joe. Powered it right between Spattaro and Frangione. Frangione says, don't be afraid to lose. Win the match. I never heard that one before. Very important. Again, Joe tried to jam Frangione. Joe thought he saw a block. I don't see how it could be if he's in front of his opponent. Joe claims the movement by Frangione distracted him. Joe calls a timeout. Louie is not smiling. Louie looks tentative. They start agreeing with themselves about past history instead of concentrating their energy on what's ahead. Now Frangione and Spattaro are off to the side. Now Frangione seems to be indicating to his partner that they got a shot at this game. All of a sudden, all the experts who thought there was going to be a blast out in the second game by Joe and Louie now find out that it's a tentative game. It's not over by any means, and if the odds are correct, you'd have to favor Frangione and Spattaro. They are the ultimate money players. Having lost the first game, they know they must win this game. If they can put a little bit of pressure on Louie, the score, 19-17, working on two serves. Spattaro just puts a nice lofting serve up there, trying to change the speed of the ball. Frangione continues to block them out, makes Joe reach. Spattaro. Again, Frangione is getting everybody upset. This is when he's at his best. Joe killed the ball. Spattaro jumped in, killed the ball, but it was a block. It was a block. Frangione knows what he's doing. He's getting them all upset. It's a block ball. The man is entitled to a shot. Spattaro can't roll down, block him out. It's clearly a block, but Frangione wants the action to continue, get everybody upset, and then he plays his best when everybody's upset except him. He's unbelievable. Albert. It was a block. He can't roll in front of him. It was clearly a block. But Frangione knows that. He wants everybody upset, so he plays better when everybody's upset. He's so smart. Gets everybody upset, and he goes, he's good. Watch. He's a pro, that Frangione. He not only gets a timeout, but he upsets everybody, and he plays well under stress. Imagine that, and he has the lead on top of it. Unbelievable. He's going to do a number on him now. The score is 19-17. Morris has just repeated twice that he has a block, a short on him. It was a block. Mentioned it 4 times now that he has a fall. Does Frangione understand it? Frangione keeps it going. Everybody's upset. Frangione's not upset. Spattaro tells him one short. Frangione just lays it up. Joe out of position. Louie with a wonderful lift. Joe was out of position. Joe was absolutely out of position, and he came in and dropped the ball. He was out of position for 2 shots, finally found a hole and dropped it in the right corner. Louie says, let's go. Frangione's still talking about the last play. Louie wobbling his head back and forth, finally gets it into play. Joe firing with 2 hands. Unbelievable. Now that's the money ball. That's the money ball. These guys want to go 3 games. Spattaro spectacular. Unbelievable. That's believable. Everybody having a good time. They momentarily forgot about the bet. Now it's back to business. There was a block there. There was a block. There was a block. The referee didn't give it to him, though. What's interesting is that Frangione hasn't been able to drop the ball in front of himself the way we thought he would be able to. It's only because Joe keeps wandering around in the middle court, keeping the ball moving. So Frangione doesn't want a chance moving in front of Louie and then dropping it. He feels that Joe will re-kill. Joe takes his time out, and for the second time in the game, hits the ball out. Joe is completely whacked out. Unbelievable. Front team with 19. Joe's going to take over 110% of the game now, and that'll be destructive. Louie playing very well, not making a mistake. It looked like as Louie hit that ball, Frangione moved right into the path of the ball. It was a beautiful, nobody saw it except Bernie, Epstein, and me. Unbelievable. He saw the avoided. The score, 19-18, first man. What excitement. They're going to try and get that ball over to Louie if they can. Spattaro missed a fall down rollout. Joe smiling. They must get this point. Spattaro was right in going for that shot. Had he rolled it out, it would have blown the game right open. A little simple cross-court shot, momentarily blurred by Frangione's shirt with the black, so nobody can see the ball. There should be a rule here that you can't wear black. But Frangione hasn't really capitalized on that yet. The volley of the game, you just saw it. That was beautiful. We got to get this back in slow motion. We got to get 2 cameras and play this one back in slow motion. That was absolutely beautiful. What a save. Joe indicates that his hand is very steady, and the banana already hit 2 serves out. What's he going to do now? Under stress, tremendous play. Everybody was great on that one. That was probably the play of the whole match. Joe tells Louie the game's over. He indicates the game is over, and he's already hit 2 serves out after every timeout. What are we going to do about him now? I have to practice. Okay, during the timeout here, Frangione continued an ongoing conversation with Louie. His objective was to get Louie's mind on hold. Louie has the serve now. First man up, and we're just about, score is 18-20, believe it or not.